If your money doesn't learn to have kids, if it doesn't make more money, it's going to leave you and go to someone else. And that's just where it is. Money is, it goes where it's invited and it stays where it's welcomed.
First and foremost, welcome to the show, young entrepreneur.
Thank you for having me, Francis.
What did I call you?
Devon Entrepreneur or D the Unch?
D the Unch.
D the Unch or Devon Entrepreneur.
D the Unch. Why did you decide to be an entrepreneur?
If I allow someone to feed me, I allow someone to starve me.
Wow. If you allow someone to feed, you also allow them to starve you. That's so powerful.
Yeah, and it's happened to me a lot of times. And then one day I just said, you know what, this can't happen again, man. It's happened too many times in my life.
What was the worst thing that you went through that you said, you know what, I can't take this anymore?
One of my first jobs, I wasn't making enough sales at work. The manager came in and said, Dev, we need to talk to you. I said, about what? So when he was talking, he said, I'm going to have to call it quits. I said, what do you mean? Yeah, it's just not working. I said, I'm always on time, I'm working hard. Yeah, but it's not enough sales. So I said, what does that mean? Yeah, it's going to have to call it quits. I said, yeah, you're not here anymore. I had to pack my bags and do the walk of shame home. And after that, I said, I can't allow someone to feed me because when it goes bad, when it goes south, they will starve you.
After how many months was you working sales? Because sales is brutal. As a salesperson, it's brutal.
About 8 months. If you don't make the sales.
How many months did you miss target?
I think about 2. Brutal, cutthroat.
I did sales for, some companies. I remember for about 6 months, I was top salesperson in the region.
Oh, yeah?
And the 7th or 8th month, I didn't hit target. They came down on me.
Hard.
I was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
But start of the month to the end of the month, that's your period. The following month, forget what you did the last month before.
Yeah, but with sales, it doesn't matter if you pass probation, doesn't matter if things are going good. If one thing goes bad or you don't make sales or you don't pay for yourself, you need to understand you need to pay for yourself. Every employee, everyone that does sales, you need to pay for yourself. If you do not pay for yourself, you're not making a company profit and you're costing them, so you're a liability. So if that happens, you're in big trouble.
You're a liability. Let's touch on that because a lot of people don't understand the difference between liability and assets. So a liability is someone or something that's taking money away from you.
Correct. So like people think that if they live in their house, it's an asset, but it's not an asset until it pays you. If you pay for it, it's a liability. So that's why a lot of people own other people's homes and they rent their home.
So you're making it work for you. So basically we're allow money to work for you.
Yeah.
Why is that important? What's the key fundamental of allowing money to work for you?
It's basically like a woman. Every woman wants to be a mother one day. So she wants to have kids. If your money doesn't learn to have kids, if it doesn't make more money, it's going to leave you and go to someone else. And that's just where it is. Money is, it goes where it's invited and it stays where it's welcomed.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Money goes where it's invited and it stays where it's welcome.
Yeah, money goes where it's invited and it stays where it's welcomed. So if you do not look after your money and you do not know where it's going to leave you. That's just how it is. It goes where it's invited and it stays where it's welcomed. If you give your money kids, it's going to stay with you. If you do not give it kids, it is going to go. It doesn't matter how much you earn, how much you're worth, what you do. If you do not look after your money, it's going to go. It doesn't matter if you earn 100K, 200K, 500K. Do not look after your money, it is going.
Explain that. How do you look after money? So explain how money works, because people don't understand how money works. They think I'm going to go to work, get paid, let's say £1,000 a month. There you go. I'm worth £1,000 for that month. Mm-hmm. But they miss out other little crucial things that go into the £1,000. Within 2 weeks of that month, they're calling up friends, borrowing money. Explain how money works.
You might earn £2,000 a month. You have rent. It could be £1,500. You got £500 left. Your train fare, that's £200. You got £300 left. Phone bill, £50. That's £250 left. Car insurance could be £200. Then you're just left with nothing. And then you start borrowing money from the bank and you start borrowing money from people. And then before you know it, it's just a rollover effect, rollover effect, rollover effect, rollover effect. And before you know it, you're lifting a rock every single day. And then you want to know how money works, but by then it's too late because you have a bad money management. You don't make enough. So you don't have a saving problem. You have an income problem. Every single person knows how to save. The easiest way to save is to make more money. So a lot of people, they don't have a saving problem. They have an income problem. They don't know how to generate money. So if you do not know how to generate money, you're in big trouble. Because if you have £1,500 and that's all you earn, if your girlfriend has twins, you're in big trouble. They do not do buy one get one free. They don't do buy one get one free in nursery. So and people don't think about that. They don't think about if I have twins, if I have triplets. They just think if they have one kid. So they don't prepare. They don't think long term, because you might have twins, you might have triplets. Then what? Nursery, do you buy one get one free? No, we don't. And then what happens is you tend to say, should I pay for my rent or pay for my nursery? So that's why a lot of people, when they're 5, they have the mind of a 4-year-old.
When they're 5, they have the mind of a 4-year-old.
Yeah. So like a lot of people, they might go to nursery 2 days a week, 3 days a week because it's free. And this person's going to nursery 5 days a week. So you're missing 2 days every single year. So 2 times 50 is 100. 3 years, that's 300. It's 365 days in a year. So you've missed 300 days of basic learning. So he has been to nursery 5 days a week getting that knowledge, and you've only been 3. So you've missed 2 days for 3 years. That's 300 days that you've missed. So by the time you're 5, you have a mind of a 4-year-old, and you keep dropping. And no one understands how detrimental that is. And that's just because people don't have streams of income. It's not their fault. They've just done what schools told them to do. Go get a job, and that's it. But when there's no job now, what do you do?
You're saying it's not their fault. At what point does it become their fault?
As soon as they leave school. Or, as soon as you leave school. Because you can't blame your parents anymore. So people like to do the blame game. I blame my parents. No one looked after generational wealth. No one told me about generational wealth. But the world doesn't care.
The world don't care. So for you, for a young man, which I've seen grow up, and I see you doing amazing things, I'm like, wow, okay, that's really inspiring, and I appreciate you and thank you for coming here. Cause
thank you, bro.
I wish at your age I was doing it as sophisticated as you were doing it, as you're doing it now.
Thank you, bro.
I wish, because I did it, but it was all over the place. It done okay, but I could have done better. What most people want,
too late.
It's never too late.
It's never too late.
It's never. Hence why we're here. Starting again, and we're doing a great job over here.
100%.
So guys, please do send us some money if you want. We'll welcome it. The number one question that everyone wants to know, because you come out with this. I mean, on your social, I follow you on your social, your Instagram, just like again, and another one, and another one.
Yeah.
How do you make money?
How do I make money?
Yeah, not you per se. Like someone's watching this. How can they make money? How can they allow their money to work for them to have babies?
They need to buy something. The first thing they need to do is buy something and sell it for more. That's the easiest way that anyone can do. You could be 10, 20, 50, 100, 200. It doesn't matter. You need to purchase something for a low price and sell it for a higher price. That could be anything.
Where am I looking?
On the internet. Same way they can watch this, they can find something to sell.
Do you have any recommendation, or what? How do they find out what sells? Because I can go out there, buy a pair of socks for £2, but it's going to be impossible to get a seller for £20. So how do I look for what's selling? They can
go to TK Maxx and go on Google, go on eBay and see what the same product in TK Maxx is selling for on eBay, and go on sold items and see how many times it's sold in the last 5 days and see what it sells for. They might say something in TK Maxx for £2. It sells online for £18 and it sells 15 times a day, 25 times a day, and that's how they can do it. So it's easy to turn £1 to £1,000 if they put their mind to it. They can find something for free. Like I've just put on my Instagram how you can make £10,000 in 1 year. You find a sofa for free, you get the sofa, you pay someone £50 to get the sofa, they can deliver it to you, and you can just clean it and you can just sell it for £300. If you do that 50 times a year, it's a lot of money.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you've got any sofas out there you're trying to give away, please just leave a comment below. I'll come pick it up, and that's how it starts.
You'll be surprised what people give away. Like a lot of people, they come to London and they buy stuff and they cannot afford to move it. They cannot afford to pick it up and drop it somewhere because you're going to get charges all the time. Sofas are heavy. So when people move into properties and they buy sofas, it's more hassle for them to move it to another property. So they just put it up for free, etc. Please come get it, etc. Because they'll get charged by estate agents. So some brand new sofas, they say come get it for free, and you can easily sell 200 sofas a year.
Wow. So you got fired from work for not cutting it. Then what was your next stage? And how old was you at this time?
My first time I got fired, I was about 22.
Okay.
22.
So from up until then, you was going there, the rat race, 9 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 5.
9 to 5. And I realized that when I was doing a 9 to 5, I'm building someone else's dream. And I forgot about my dream. How can I work for 160 hours for somebody and not spend 20 minutes on my own dream? That's insane. I'm spending 160 hours building somebody else's dream and not 20 minutes on mine. I didn't have a plan, so I became a part of somebody else's. And that's it. I had no plan, so I became a part of his plan. I'm building his dream and taking crumbs.
And you said enough is enough.
Enough is enough. I went to school, came out of school thinking, yeah, I'm going to get a 100k job, 200k job. Why? Why am I going to get a 200k job? What makes me going to get a 200k job? Did I go to a top 5 uni? Did I go to a top 2 uni? Do I have 20 years experience? I haven't got 20 years. I've got a mum. I've got a grandma. I've got things to do. I've got people to help. Generational wealth is going to start from me. And it doesn't matter. Anyone can do this. You just have to have the mindset.
Generational wealth. I think that's a word where a lot of people your age or the community where we grew up, because we grew up within the same community, they don't understand that word. What does it mean?
Generational wealth.
Yeah.
That means the wealth is passed down for generations. So your great-great-grandkids that don't know you, they're going to be looked after. Your great-great-grandkids, they're going to have somewhere to live. Your great-great-grandkids are going to have things that you didn't have. So a lot of people, when they get paid, the money goes on rent. But if you didn't have to pay rent, you have a lot more money to invest. You can invest in a company, you can invest in a startup, you can invest in yourself. But if you don't have any money to invest, it's going to be very hard. So if you didn't come from a rich family, make sure a rich family comes from you.
Jesus!
And that's what it is.
This title is going to be gem after gem after gem.
If you don't come from a rich family, make sure a rich family comes after you. And it doesn't matter if you didn't come from one. It's even better. You have a motivation. You have something. You have a drive. You know what I mean? Like when we grow up, I grew up with more Ladbrokes than libraries in my area, and I didn't realize till an older age, why is there so many Ladbrokes? Where's the libraries? So I'm born to fail already because there's so many Ladbrokes. So how can there be a gambling area in one of the poorest areas in London? Wow. If no one can afford to gamble, how can it be there? Where's the libraries? There's more Ladbrokes than libraries. So already you're accustomed to a certain way. Ladbrokes, William Hill, this, that. Why is it there? If no one can afford to go there, why is it there? So they obviously know something I don't. And they put it there for a reason.
What kind of conversations do you have with your friends who they're not there yet, mindset-wise?
I always tell people, all my friends, about the future, like how it's going to go, etc. You need streams of income. It's going to be like drinking water. It doesn't matter how much you earn. If you have one stream of income, it's undescribable.
What's the minimum streams of income is required for one to start building generational wealth and live comfortably? I
think if you have 20 streams of income, it's bad because you can't do 20 things at once. But what you should do, your first stream of income, 70% should go into the stream of income that brings you the most money, 20% on the second one, and 10% on the third one. So a lot of people, we went to COVID-19. You have one stream of income. The government said you cannot come out of your house in 4 months. People are driving instructor. They cannot earn. You cannot earn. People were football coaches. They couldn't earn. The only people that was earning was people that was online or you had a necessity. Tesco, they earn so much money. Sainsbury's, they earn so much money. Because the government said you're allowed to go. The government rule. So if the government says something, you have to abide by it. So if you had one stream of income and you couldn't make money, you was in a big financial difficulty. That's why a lot of people, they're not taxi drivers no more because they didn't earn money for so many months and they still had to pay their car finance every month. So you're not earning money and £300, £300, £300, £300, £300. Where's it coming from? So they went in so much financial difficulty. They just said, I need a new profession. And the only reason they said that is because they didn't have streams of income.
So they went backwards, most of them went back looking for a 9 to 5.
They went look for a 9 to 5 because they don't know if another COVID-19 is coming, COVID-21, COVID-25, COVID-26. And soon, employees are going to say, have you got the vaccine? No. Well, you can't work here.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who got asked to take the vaccine.
So if you don't want to take the vaccine, what are you going to do? yeah, I don't want to take the vaccine. Well, we need our workplaces to be safer. So what do you want to do here? And then they're going to have to say, I got rent, nursery fees, etc. Or do I want to put something in my arm that I'm not sure about? What do I do? Do I pay my rent and my kids' nursery fees, or do I put the vaccine? What do I do? So they're going to be in this ultimatum. So if you don't have streams of income, you can say, you know what? Let me step back for 2 months or 2 years because I've got streams of income here. Or if you don't have streams of income, you're going to just have to take it. And now what are you going to do? So this is the thing that's going to be happening. And it's out of people's control if you do not have streams of income. And it's not taught in school. In school, you're taught how to bake an apple crumble. You're not taught about money. You're taught how to break dance. You're not taught about money. You're taught about your history and not your future. So people need to start understanding that you're not taught these things in school for a reason. If everyone knew about money in school, you'll be able to do what you want. No one would listen. They can govern the country how they want because you can do what you want. If you had money, you fly out this country, do this, healthcare here, etc. But when you rely on the government, they have control.
Cause and they want you to stay there because you said something very important. If you don't have enough money, the government wants you there so you can help others become part of their dream and build their dream up. And obviously, you keep the economy going because let's say if everyone in Tesco was an entrepreneur, then Tesco will have no workers. You know, and you know, do you believe money is important? Because a lot of people tell you money ain't important. You don't need money. What's your view on money and how important do you think it is?
If you don't have nowhere to live, you're homeless. If you do not have food, you're gonna die. And these things are not free. So they need to ask themselves. They can say they want to grow food, but the land costs money. So if they think that money's not important, they're gonna be in for a big shock. University fees are £27,000.
Yeah, that's mad. And coming out with a debt.
£27,000 for university fees
per year. So is it per year or altogether?
Oh no, for 3 years. I think 27 grand.
3 years if you're doing a 3 year course.
That's just to learn. What about living expenses? What about food? What about this? What about that? There's so much outgoings just for your child. What if you have 5 kids? Then what happens then? So people not thinking about this. If you have 5 kids, you can't have a 5-seater car. You're gonna have to have a bigger car. So these are just all outgoings that people are not seeing, and this is how the debt comes. So a lot of people get paid in their account, and the same account the direct debits come out of. This is the worst thing you could do because you don't know what's coming in, what's going out. It's just going. Money's just coming in, coming out. So you should always have like 6 bank cards. So one for paying bills, one for your investing, one for where your money goes. If you have your Netflix, your rent, your electric, your gas, your water coming in the same account that your bills are going out of, you don't know what's going on. So much things are just going out. It's just outgoings. You don't know. I had £200 yesterday. Now it's 140. Now it's 85. Now it's 60. What's going on? Because money's just going like this. It's just, you know what I mean?
It's crazy speaking to you and listening to you drop all this knowledge, and I'm like, wow. What was your first income stream when you got released from work? What was the first thing you went and embarked on? This is me.
Amazon FBA.
Amazon
FBA.
And he got busy. But at the rate that you're growing is scary but beautiful to watch.
No, but you know, because I know what I want. I wrote down 20 goals, crossed out the last 15, and I focused on the first 5. And that's it. Anyone could do this. If you believe in yourself, that's it. If you're going to listen to somebody, you're not going to go nowhere because they're going to just put their things in your mind. You know what I mean? Their limitations.
It's crazy. You said you know what you want.
I know what I want, man.
How did you derive to that? Or how can people work out what they want? Because I believe one of the problems a lot of people face, they don't know what they want. Now, if you don't know what you want, you're not going to know how to get it. So therefore, you're going to be lost. It's like me just jumping in my car and said, I'm driving. No destination. I'm just driving.
If you drive to Manchester from London with no sat-nav, you're getting lost. If there's no road maps, no sat-nav, and you drive to London from Manchester, you're getting lost. If you have a sat-nav, a road map, you're going to get there on time. When you said you're going to get there, it's going to tell you you're going to get there at 5:05 on time exactly because you know exactly where you're going. If you don't know where you're going, you're going to get lost, and that's how it is. If you do not know how much money you want to save, you're going to get lost. If you said that you want to make £100,000 a year, you sell 15 products a day, £10 profit, 365, that's 45,000 pound a year. Do that twice, it's 100k. Or
simple.
If you want to make 100k, sell 30 products a day for £10 profit, that's 365 times. So 30 products a day for £10 profit, is £300. 300 times 365 is £109,000, and that's how you have to do it. You can't just say I want to make £100,000. Yeah, I want to make 100K. It's not gonna happen. How? You need to break it down. It's easier to make 100,000, 50,000 if you're gonna break down your goal. You know exactly what you have to do to make 100K. 300 times 365 is £109,000. Or you get 3 streams of income and you just do it 3 ways. If you can't make 100K like that, then get 4 streams of income, then do 25K. If you can't do that, then get 5 ways. If you're always looking for an excuse, you're always going to be able to find one. And that's it. I made the most excuses. That's why I had a slow start, because I always looked for, no, this is not going to work. He said no. If someone says no, you're speaking to the wrong person. And
someone says no, ladies and gentlemen, you're speaking to the wrong person. For all you people who said no to me, it's okay. You would just want the right person at that time.
A lot of people said no. In the last 5 years, a lot of people said no to me. And I've realized that you're not who I need to speak to. No. I need to move. And I need, you are not part of the goal then. If you say no, you're not part of the goal. I need to speak to the people who's going to help me get to my goal, not the people that's going to say no, because I'm just wasting my time. I've got things to do. I've got big moves to make. And if you're speaking to someone that's saying no, you're just wasting your time.
How do you get the drive to keep going?
You need to know what you want. You need to know where you want to live. You need to manifest. Before you go to bed, you need to see the houses. You need to go on the roads and see, I want to live there. Why does he live there and I don't live there? What's the reason? How come I don't live there? You need to go and see. And if you don't believe it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. You need a positive mindset. If you do not have a positive mindset, you can't do nothing. You need to know what you want, not what your boss wants.
What you want.
What you want.
Or unless you're the boss.
Your CEO will never pay you enough to be his neighbor. Never. And that's not an accident. He's not going to pay you to be his neighbor. So you need to know exactly what you want. Where do you want to live? What do you want to drive? How much money do you want? How much money do you want to give your mum? What do you want? And people don't know what they want because they're busy building someone else's dream and they forget about their own dream. People die at 25. They're not buried till they're 70. And they haven't realized that.
Jesus, people die when they're 25 and they're not buried till they're 70. So for what, 35 years? What's my maths like? 45? 40 years you just walking around, or is it 30 years? Whichever one, you're walking around just day to day, paycheck to paycheck, unhappy.
Some people are too creative to sit behind a desk and tap buttons. But they don't realize because they don't believe in themselves. They're taught from school, go to get a job, and then live your life. And then your job will have enough to look after you, look after your kids, rent, your electric, gas, water, council tax, car insurance, phone bill, kids, after school activities, food. How? Internet, how? It's not going to be enough. And if they keep listening to other people, then they're going to live their life. You're going to live the person's life that told you to do that. You need to find out what you want and how you're going to get there.
Let's go back. What was you like as a kid? Let's get to know D. What was you like as a kid?
I was a fun kid, man. I was a very energetic kid. I used to love playing football.
Football all the time. You used to have your boots in the park every time.
All the time. But then I realized when I got to 15, 16, it's not that I'm not going to be professional. It's less likely now. So
you could have made as a professional.
If
you could have.
You think so?
I know so. I've seen you play. I played with you a few times.
Yeah.
It was young, but you could have made it.
Yeah, but again, you need the right direction. You need someone to tell you that you are going to make it. Not you might make it, you are going to make it. There's no plan B. Stop saying plan B. Plan A. What is plan A? You're sleeping. What's plan A?
Wow.
You need plan A, not plan B. You need plan A. Like, I realized that when I was working on Saturdays and Sundays, I'm waking up at 11 o'clock. The day is done. How am I waking up at 11 o'clock on Saturdays and Sundays? I built someone else's dream for 40 hours, and on Saturdays and Sundays, I'm having a lion. I haven't got time for a lion. Don't you understand? I haven't got time. I'm waking up at 11 o'clock. Why? Why am I unmotivated? Because I don't know what I want. I'm just living every day, just going to work and coming home. That's not how life's supposed to be. We wasn't born to do labor.
What was we born to do?
To live the life that you want.
Bring happiness. What does your happiness look like?
My happiness? To do what I want. That's it. If I want to go to Dubai, if I want to go here, if I want to go here. I didn't have a hobby before because I couldn't afford one. I didn't travel because I couldn't afford it. I didn't know what I wanted. That's why I just living every day how I want. But if you have a goal, you're going to get there. And
didn't have a hobby before because you couldn't afford one. That's very powerful. A lot of people don't realize.
A lot of people don't play tennis because as a child, tennis lesson is £25 an hour. For a week, it's £100. In a month, that's about £400 just for tennis. That's why there's not a lot of people that play tennis. Everyone plays football because you just go to football. You just go to a park and just play football.
I'm laughing because I don't ever remember seeing anyone when we were growing up playing tennis.
No, who played tennis? Who played golf? You know that plays golf? Because
no one. Costs money.
It costs a lot of money.
It's not that we don't want to. It's because it's not available to it.
There's no access.
Let's talk about the struggles. 5 years you've been doing this. I think you're doing an amazing job. We'll touch into the book and all the ways that you come up with ideas. But let's go through the struggles because a lot of people probably sitting there watching, think, it's easy for him.
Oh.
Let's tell us the hard work.
Oh my gosh! So I used to be waking up 4 a.m. going to meet my suppliers, wholesalers. I didn't have a license, so I'm getting a train. I'm meeting them. I'm paying somebody to come back with me at 12 o'clock, getting back at 6, unloading the stuff. The next day, sending the stuff off, selling the stuff, doing the same thing, trying to find new supplies. I was a one-man band wearing 7 hats. It was very difficult. And I felt like to quit all the time, but you have to know the goal. It doesn't matter how bad it is or how hard it is. Do you know what I mean? If you have nothing, you have nothing to lose.
If you have nothing, ladies and gentlemen, you have nothing to lose. If you do nothing, you are nothing.
If you have nothing, you have nothing to lose. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to fail. You're going to lose money. You're going to have no money. You don't have anything anyway. If you don't have houses, what do you have? You don't really have anything. So if you don't have nothing, you have nothing to lose. So just go for it. What's the worst that's going to happen? What's the worst that can happen?
So after each hurdle that comes your way, you just jump over it. You keep going.
If I had a job and I died, I'll be replaced very quickly. So you have to think about you. Think about your dream. If I died today, if I had a job and I died, I'll be replaced very quickly. So,
that's amazing. That is so powerful.
So, like, when you have a job, people don't understand how they're paid. So you're paid on how easy you are to replace and the job that you do. So if you earn 20,000 to 30,000, you're very easy to replace. They can replace you very quickly. If you earn 100,000 to 500,000, you're very difficult to replace. It'll take you 6 months to be replaced. That's why you're paid so much. But if you're paid low, you're very easy to replace, and your job is not that difficult to do. If you're paid 100,000 to 500,000, your job is very, very difficult in their eyes, and you're very hard to replace. That's why you're paid so much.
Wow. So
a lot of people, they don't know how they're paid. Why am I paid 20,000? What is it? My job difficulty, etc., etc. It's how hard you are to replace, and the job difficulty of you doing it. So,
touching on that, if anyone's looking for a job, what kind of job should I be looking for?
They need to look for something longevity and something that they want to do, or they'll just get bored and they'll just be uninterested and they'll just be unhappy. If you keep chasing money, it's just gonna run away. You need to chase what you like, what you want to do. You need to see not what your parents want you to do. Yeah, go be a doctor, go be a nurse, go be this. No, what do you want to do? Because if you have an unhappy job, you're gonna do it for 45 years and you just be unhappy.
That is true.
So you have to see what you actually want to do, and does it come with your lifestyle?
So you got multiple income streams of income. How do you generate the ideas for each one of them? How do they come to? Do you research? Do they just come because you do it so often? Do you speak to people? Where did they come from?
I read a lot, and I listen to a lot of audiobooks from billionaires, millionaires, and I just listen to stuff they've done, and I put my own spin on things. So I thought of Uber Eats before Uber Eats, but guess what? I didn't do nothing. I didn't take no action. And now someone's making millions. I thought of delivery first. I didn't do nothing, and then someone's making millions.
And I think delivery and Uber Eats, even Uber itself, is one of those concepts that everyone's like, wow, that was so simple. I think everyone at some point thought of it.
I said, what happens if you could deliver food from McDonald's? 15 years ago, what happens if you could deliver food from McDonald's? Guess what? Someone's doing it, and they're making millions. So if you got an idea and you're not doing anything, someone's going to think of it, and they're going to make money from it. If you have nothing, you have nothing to lose. If you have an idea, you can get funding, you have a business. You can always find somebody to invest in your business if the idea is really good. So if you're just sitting there with an idea, it's not going to make nothing. And somebody's going to think of it. There's too many people in the world. 7 billion people in the world, and you think the idea is not going to get discovered. So if you've got an idea, you got to run with it.
And one of your ideas you came up with was the book. Genius idea. Great book, by the way.
Thank you. I got go on my Instagram, Devon Entrepreneur, 52 side hustles that you can start. By the end, it's going to be 365 free side hustles that you can make £1,000 a month. You might not like 364, you might not like 360, but there's one of them that you're going to like. And don't say it can't be done unless you try it.
Jesus. Any regrets so far in what you've accomplished?
Yeah.
What's your main regret?
That I didn't start earlier.
But you learned, because if you started earlier, probably your heart wouldn't have been in it.
Yeah, definitely. But it's just the belief. I didn't believe in myself.
How important is that to believe in yourself?
It's everything. If you don't believe in yourself, you lack confidence. If you lack confidence, you're not going to go anywhere. You need to believe. You need your mind strong. If your mind's not strong, you're not going to achieve nothing. You need to know exactly that this is my life. I'm going to run it how I want. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Because if your mind's not strong.
A lot of people will be watching this and or listening to this as well. Appreciate what you do. Obviously, your fans know you. They're very loyal. Over 50,000 people following you. That's not a joke.
Yeah. 6 months.
In that's what I'm saying. Though, at the rate that you're growing, it's scary but beautiful at the same time. And I appreciate it. I really do. And you're active.
Yeah, forever thankful.
Let's touch on that before I ask the next. What is it like working on your dream every single day?
It's the best feeling, man. I realized when I was working that the reason why I wasn't chasing my dream, because it's not about the money. I didn't have the time. I didn't have the time to think. You spend an hour getting to work, 8 hours, hour getting back. What about gym? What about this? You don't have time. So I realized that I needed time. And when I had time, I thought of a lot of ideas how I can make money, etc. So it's the time element that is the beauty of it.
Yeah, because time is the most precious commodity we have, and yet still a lot of us, we give it away so cheaply. It's scary.
Because of a belief system. If people believed in themselves, they'll have a lot more time. If they thought and they actually understood how they're supposed to live, they'll have a lot more time. They went to school. Schools told them this is how it's supposed to be, etc. And they just followed the system.
So you got a system, and one of the things you do is read a lot, listen to Audible. Give us 5 books that you recommend that will help people on their way to success.
Rich Dad Poor Dad is the best book, one of the best books that you're ever gonna read.
Robert Kiyosaki, I believe. Yep.
Serious book. 4-Hour Work Week is another serious book. Very, very good.
Is that Timothy Thera, I think? I think it's Timothy, yeah.
The Secret.
That's a must read.
Law of Attraction. That's probably my favorite book. Law of Attraction books. Any book that you can get about Law of Attraction, really good. What you think about is what you become.
Wow. And I put in there Richest Man in Babylon.
Another good book.
Yeah, I highly recommend that book.
Good.
Easy to read.
And if you don't like reading, you can get the audiobook and it reads to you. So when you're in the gym, it's reading to you. When you're going to sleep, it's reading to you. So you're just consuming all of this information. And it might not work with you, but one of these things they tell you in this book, it's going to click and you're going to say, you know what, no, this is me. I've had enough of not chasing my dream. I've had enough of not doing this. I've had enough of not doing this, etc. Nothing's wrong with a job. It's only wrong if you don't want to be there. A lot of people, they're making people laugh in the canteen. Why? Go on YouTube, make people laugh and get paid for it. You're just making people laugh in the canteen. Nothing's happening. Yeah. What's the point? Go on YouTube and make people laugh. Go build a following on Instagram, making people laugh. Go on TikTok, get 1 million followers, making people laugh. What's the point of making people laugh in the canteen? You don't want to be at work, so why not chase your dream? And it's so easy to chase your dream. Flick your phone out, record, and that's your dream starting to get chased. It's never been more easier.
What advice would you give anyone that want to start to be successful, to start building generation wealth? What advice would you give them?
Your environment, number one, is the most important thing. So if you don't have a good environment around you, it's going to be very, very difficult because you're going to have to block out a lot of noise. Your friends might want to be doing this, that. So you need a very good environment. If you don't have a supportive household where you live as well, it's going to be very difficult. So that's the first thing you're going to have to overcome. When you go home, you need to block out the noise, the negative energy, etc. and just chase your dreams. Not everyone's got a positive household. Not everyone's got a positive friendship group. Not everyone's got a business or law of attraction mind friendship group. So you need to block out the noise first, and then you can get on. So if your network is strong, it's very easy. If you had 100 people that earn £100,000, it's very easy for you to earn £100,000. If you don't have that, it'll be it's not very difficult, but it's be a harder challenge because you're finding all the information out by yourself. So
where can I get those friends who earn £100,000?
I think social media. I think you need to go to networking events. I think reach out to people on social media. Whatever you want to do, there's someone already doing it, and there's probably someone doing it better. Send them a DM. Reach out to them. I get DMs all the time. I try to reply to as much people as possible. I get so many, but I still try to reply to as much people as possible. But just reach out to people.
What is your favorite stream of income, if you don't mind us asking?
Favorite stream of income?
Yeah.
Amazon FBA.
Okay.
Because Amazon is the biggest business. That's why he's one of the richest men in the world. He's adopted the next day delivery. So people want their products yesterday. That's what people want. They want their products yesterday. That's why it's my favorite stream of income.
That's amazing, man. Your journey is amazing. What's the future holding for you?
Future. I don't know if I can say it in there because
come on.
They might not believe me, man.
I want to hear it. So we have it on record. What's the future holding?
I want to own 5,000 houses.
Have you given yourself a timeline to that?
No, not a timeline for that, but it's
possible.
It's possible, man. That's what I want to own, man. That's what, it's always been my dream to own houses, not just here, abroad, everywhere. Just 5,000 houses. It's been that one.
Just 5,000 houses, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So it's possible. If you believe it, it's possible.
Oh, 100%. I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to own houses. Just the teacher never asked me how you're going to do it. And because of that one question.
You don't need to know how you're going to do it. You just need to know that it's going to be done. You don't need to know how. You need to know it's going to be done. 20 years ago, there was no Facebook. Now there's Facebook. So now it's easier to achieve that goal for people who want to do this. They didn't know Facebook was going to exist 20 years ago, but at least they knew that whatever they wanted to do was going to be done. And now it's easier to be done because Facebook, in 20 years, something else could be created. It could be easier to achieve your goal. So you don't need to know how you're going to do it. You need to know it's going to be done. It'll be a lot easier to achieve the goal.
It's been inspirational. It's been inspiring. And I appreciate you for coming on and sharing your powerful wisdom with us. So here, this part of the show is you close the show how you want to close it. You know, that's your camera. You can drop some gems on them, which you've been dropping bars after bars. If this was a rap battle, I would have been finished by literally the first second.
What, you think so?
You've been dropping bars, man.
I'm good, man. I want to give your viewers a good insight of how they need to live and how they're supposed to live. Yeah. Remember, if you don't need money, you just need ambition. The money's going to come.
I tell people all the time, the money's gonna come.
It's gonna come. It doesn't matter. You need to know where you're going first, and ambition. If you have ambition, it's gonna come. Do not chase the money because it's gonna run away. You need to chase what you want. The money is always gonna come. It doesn't matter. It's always gonna come. You can find £1,000. You can find £5,000. It's easy to spot a red bus if you keep thinking about a red bus. If you're saying I'm not gonna get a job, there could be an ad that rolls on a bus that says apply now, you get the job straight away. If you're not thinking you're gonna get a job, you're gonna look down. But if it says apply now, you get a job, it's there. So it's easy to get these things if you're always thinking positive. If you think negative, you're not going to go nowhere. And everyone keeps saying, oh, it's not working for me. Every single person in life is going through something. Some people are better at hiding it than others. So you're not alone. Just don't give up. Every single person is going through something in life. So some people are better at hiding it than others. Don't give up. That's it. Chase the dreams. They tell when you're young, you tell your mom you want to be an astronaut, you want to be this. When you get to school, it's not that. And I think the school kind of directs your future. So you're not taught about future, you talk about history. So you don't know where you're going from school. So if you keep in this kind of journey of what they told you to do, that's how it's going to go, man. So you just need to be positive and know what you want. Write down 20 goals, cross out the last 15, focus on the first 5 and get busy. Do not make excuses.
Let me challenge you. Give us 5 steps how we can make money.
5 steps?
Yeah, 5 to 6, however many, about 5. Let's just step 1 all the way until you're rich. Yeah,
so the first thing you can do is find something for free, and they'll go on something like Pre-Loved. Type in maximum £0 and look for all the things that people are giving away for free. And people say, no, you're stealing from the less fortunate. No, you're not, because people are moving out of their houses. They don't want it anymore, etc. Someone's trash is someone else's treasure. So you can find something for free and you can resell it on eBay, resell it on Spot, resell it on Gumtree, resell it on Facebook Marketplace. There's so many places you can resell that. If it's heavy, if it's light, you can just resell that. And 5 sofas, £200, that's £1,000. With that £1,000, you can now buy a vending machine while you buy that vending machine, you can still look for stuff on Pre-Love, etc. And you can keep flipping. You can phone 100 businesses a day and say, I want to put my vending machine in there and I want to give you 20% of what it generates. 99 will say no, 1 might say yes. Now you've got a stream of income from a vending machine and you're still getting free stuff every single day rolling in. So now you have 2 streams of income, and now you're using that money to buy inventory for your vending machine. And now when you make profit of that, you buy another vending machine, you phone another 100 businesses, you put that. So now you have 3 streams of income flowing, and now 2 streams of income's coming from there. And then now it goes, and that's how it can easily go. You can buy a car and you can rent it on Toro every single day. You can just buy a car from an auction and rent it on Toro. And then someone rents it out, etc., etc. And that stream of income comes. So now you have a vending machine, a car, you're still getting stuff for free. Now you can find a house, you can rent it to people, university students, turn it into a HMO. Now you got 5 streams of income in 6 months. But you won't do that if you don't believe it can happen. No, I don't have money. You don't need money. You need oomph. You need the mindset.
How do you develop that mindset? I know I said the last question, we keep going.
Yeah.
How do you develop that mindset?
You just got to know what you want. You need to know that if I don't do this, how's my life going to be? You need to look 20 years from now. You need to think about tomorrow, yesterday. You need to think about tomorrow, yesterday. That's how you need to think. How is my life going to be if I don't move? If I don't move my legs, how is my life going to move? If life is difficult now, what about in 20 years? So if you don't think long term, it's going to be a struggle. So live your dream, chase your dream.
ED, look into that camera and close this off with something, however you want to do it, ED. Close that off.
The last thing I'm going to say, chase your dreams. Chase your dreams. That is it. It doesn't matter if you're doing it on Saturdays and Sundays. Anything not moving is dead. Chase the dreams.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been your guest, Francis Koh. ED, the money machine entrepreneur, has been the host. Thank you very much for coming, young sir.
Follow me on Instagram, Devon_the entrepreneur. See you on the next show.
Jeez. He said, see you on the next show.
Yeah.
Yo.